Welcome back to Organized Chaos, Stories with Shabana. This is the place where life's beautiful messes transform into wisdom, laughter, and inspiration. In each episode, I'll be sharing real stories, mine and others, about the twists, turns, and unexpected lessons that life brings. Together, let's learn to turn life's messes into messages, struggles into stories, and chaos into clarity. So come join me, friends, while I remind you the true magic is within us all. We hold the power to create a life we not only like, but love. Let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of Manifesting Mondays. I'm your host, Shabana Knight, and today we're talking about something unexpected, how children and pets are some of the most powerful manifestors I've ever witnessed. I truly believe my kids are amazing manifestors, and honestly, maybe all kids are. You let me know what you think. Send me a message or a comment below. They have this childlike faith that anything is possible. They ask for what they want, believe it's coming, and then completely let go of the outcome. They don't stress about the how. They go play, they build, they create, they have fun. And that right there, that's the perfect recipe for manifesting. They naturally use all the right ingredients: asking, believing, letting go, getting joyfully distracted with creativity, feeling gratitude and excitement when it arrives. They expect what they asked for to show up like an Amazon package that has been ordered. They don't sit around wondering how it is being paid for or where the money is coming from. They just know it is on the way. That energy is powerful. Raise the roof, am I right? Now it's story time. My kids will always be my babies, but they are currently 13, 15, and 17, placing them in 7th, 9th, and 11th grade. However, this story goes back to when they were the ages of 4, 6, and 8. At the time, they had been asking for a pet for a while, and I kept saying, "You guys are enough energy. I don't think I can handle anything else." I knew I couldn't handle a dog because I honestly felt the responsibilities would end up on me. So that was not happening. Boundaries are here for a reason, people. I also did not grow up with having a dog. We grew up in a row home, and we had cats along with a turtle that lived in our backyard. We had a goldfish. I want to say we had a gerbil or a hamster, and we for sure had hermit crabs that we had bought at the beach. So no pet that would leave the house. All of our pets were pets that we had in the house. But I did eventually warm up to the idea of having an indoor cat. I said something to the lines of this: I am open to having a cat under these conditions. I am not actively looking for a cat. It needs to be free. It needs to be litter box trained. Indoor cat, have all its shots and paperwork, basically the perfect situation. And if life brings us a cat, great. David and I both need to agree it's a 2-week trial. If the cat sprays or is mean or attacks the kids, we will rehome the cat. I set my desires. I was open but unattached and hoping nothing would come about. Keep in mind the kids would ask on a weekly basis, "Can we get a dog? Can we get a cat?" If it wasn't one kid, it was another kid asking. Less than a month later, honestly, I think it was less than 2 weeks, a family member sent me a Facebook post. A friend of theirs needed to rehome 2 cats, brothers from the same litter. They checked every single box, minus the fact there was 2 cats instead of 1, but we'll leave that to the side. But they were free. They were indoor cats. They were potty trained, fully vaccinated, with all the paperworks. They had toys, food bowls, water bowls. There were litter boxes. They came with a cat carrier, toothbrushes, and more than I could have ever imagined. And they had each other. And I think it's neat because me and my brother were adopted together, and like these cats basically were adopting them. Minus the fact that they were free. We did have to drive about an hour to pick them up. They talked the whole way home. Then they hid in a bedroom for the first week before slowly warming up to us. We told the kids we were watching them for 2 weeks, which was true. After the trial period went well, we decided to keep them instead of rehoming them. The kids were so happy. It was right around Easter, so we told them the Easter Bunny said we could keep the cats. And then I will post a really cute video of me telling them that we're going to keep the cats and stuff. It's so cute. You have to look on my Instagram page for that. I didn't realize my kids' desire for wanting a pet would become one of my biggest blessings, other than my kids and spouse, of course. One of the cats, Jasper, is absolutely my cat. He follows me everywhere. If I take a nap, he cuddles next to me. If I'm sick, he stays by my side. He just knows. Cats are so wise. They sense energy shifts. They are protectors in quiet ways. My children knew it was time for an animal. I didn't realize that their desire would turn into one of my biggest daily blessings in my life. Jasper is my favorite furry companion. Paws up. Yes, bad mom joke. I'll stand by it. But truly, pets are powerful. They teach us so much without ever saying a human word. How wild is that? Now, to close out this week's episode, here are some manifesting mantras inspired by the quiet wisdom of animals. I receive divine wisdom in every form, even in silence. My pet teaches me presence without ever speaking a word. I slow down enough to notice the lessons all around me. Love does not need language to be understood. I learn loyalty, joy, and forgiveness through simple moments. The universe speaks through energy, not just words. I trust the wisdom that comes through connection. My heart understands what my ears cannot hear. I am guided by unconditional love. I honor the sacred teachers in my everyday life. And a few deeper reflections. Stillness teaches me what noise never could. I observe before I react. Joy is found in the ordinary. Presence is power. Love is the language of energy. Now some closing affirmations. Even without words, I am always being taught. My pets remind me to slow down, to love without conditions, to rest without guilt, and to greet each day with curiosity. I open my heart to the quiet wisdom around me. I trust that divine guidance doesn't always shout. Sometimes it purrs, wags, and simply sits beside me. Thank you for joining me again for another episode of Manifesting Mondays. If this episode or another episode spoke to you, please follow the show, scroll all the way to the bottom, and give this beautiful podcast 5 stars and type some kind words below. Help this podcast grow by listening and sharing it with other people. I appreciate you so much. Know that I believe in you, and I hope you have an amazing week, friends. Love you guys. Bye. This podcast is sponsored by Happy Mail. I created Happy Mail for when you don't have the words, Happy Mail does. Happy Mail sends handwritten cards of encouragement that uplift, comfort, and reminds everyone they matter. Happy Mail is better than a McDonald's Happy Meal, spreading kindness, not calories. Click the link in the show notes and get your Happy Mail sent ASAP. Limited to U.S. residents only. Hey you, yes you. Thank you so much for listening to Organized Chaos, Stories with Shabana. If you love this episode as much as I did, hit that subscribe button, leave an outstanding review, and share it with a friend who needs some inspiration. Thank you for being part of this community. Remember, in every bit of chaos, there is always a story waiting to emerge. Who knows, maybe sharing your story might inspire others to share theirs. The possibilities are endless. Let's live in the possibilities.